An experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until about 5 o'clock? I'm with you till about 5 o'clock this afternoon. 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. Okay, hold on a moment. As I prepare for some of you to come on in. Some of you to come on in. Hold on, let me see. I gotta add a few things here. Come on in, say hello to me. All right, just typing some things out. The world is crazy, people, if you did not know. The world is crazy. See, come on in, everyone, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, Robert Willis. Robert Willis. Good afternoon, Miss Pittsburgh. Karen Dye Williams. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Regina Griffin. Good afternoon. Madisonville checking in. Come on in. I got a few things that I want to discuss. None of them are Reds opening day. A few things I want to discuss, and none of them are Reds opening day. Good afternoon, Terry. I'm sorry, I skipped over Dwayne. Good afternoon, Dwayne from Mount Airy. Got Mount Airy in the house. My OSHA checking in from the A1. Okay. Sean checking in. Sean checking in from Atlanta. So we got Atlanta in the house. We got Karen from downtown. We got downtown. We got Madisonville. We got North Avondale. We got who else do we have? Mount Airy. Oh yeah. Lady K says I skipped her. I didn't see yours, Lady K. I'm sorry. Oh, I did see yours. I'm sorry, I did skip you. I'm sorry. Yours just said, yo. My bad. Yo. Oh boy, why you always trying to pick with me? I think you secretly you want me to attack you. I don't know why. Something about it does something for you, but I'm not gonna attack you. I will not do it. I will not do it. LaDonna Howard says, good afternoon and yay. All right. Come on in. Give people a few more moments to get in. I got a couple other things that I need to type up here as well. And y'all know I can't. It helps if I click on the right thing. Oh, scroll. I'll add that as well. Hold on just a moment. Take one more thing. That should be good enough. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me scroll back up. Lady K says, me? I just want some attention. No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about my own shit. She wants me to attack her, but I won't do it. Because I try to be a good dude. Pamela Kinney says, good afternoon. She checking in from North Avondale as well. Anthony checking in from Clifton today. Clifton. I don't know why I'm hitting the C so hard. Clifton. It's just Clifton. Clifton. You know it's in your DNA to attack me, Dinga. You might have a point. You might have a point. Let's see. Crystal checking in from Forest Park, checking in from work, making that money. All right. We got Dallas, Texas in the house. Dallas, Texas. Brent Beard checking in. Good afternoon, Brent. Jeannie checking in as well. Good afternoon and happy Thursday. We have Nikki says good afternoon to everyone. Nikki. Olympia, good afternoon, everyone, as well. I was actually doing some typing. Come on, don't hate on me. We got Brenda Early says hi from Fairfield. All right. Let's see. Where do we start? First, thank you guys for being so patient, ain't the right word. Understanding. Yesterday I couldn't make it on, and I appreciate those of you who are understanding. Those of you who are not, I appreciate y'all too. Look, in all honesty, I don't mind it when y'all, pick with me. I'm cool with that. So it's all good. But yeah, I had some things to take care of yesterday, and I took care of them. So all is well. Let me see. We got Diane. Diane says good afternoon as well. Good afternoon, Diane. And I like I said, there's a few things that I would like to discuss with you all today. I want to start with an update of sorts. Okay? Jonathan Majors, the actor, was arrested for, he's got 3 charges on him now. He was arrested in Manhattan. He's, let me see, where are the charges? Come on, where are the charges? I just read it. It showed me the charges. And I still have the story up. Let me see. They don't show me the charges on this particular, there he is. He's charged with 2 counts of assault in the 3rd degree, attempted assault in the 3rd degree, aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree, and harassment in the 2nd degree. That's what he's charged with. Now, of course, his lawyers are still saying, hey, look, everything gonna be okay. We're gonna get the proof. We're gonna prove that he didn't do what he's accused of doing. Well, apparently the proof ain't coming fast enough for people. The Army has decided they're gonna edit him out of their campaign. Yeah. They are, of course, we all know, well, maybe you don't know. He's been kind of the face of the new Be All You Can Be campaign for the Army. He narrated the commercial, and you see him walking in a number of different scenarios in the commercial where they're editing him out. The Army will now edit him out of the commercials and run them during the NCAA men's and women's basketball championship Final Four. Yeah. Now, they say a majority of the content didn't contain our main narrator, being Jonathan Majors. So we have a ton of content to go back to basically create new commercials and new ads if we need to. They say they're not pausing the campaign. The campaign is full speed ahead. They say they had already spent $117 million on the campaign, and they're not changing it. Well, they're going to change it, but they're going to change it in terms of pulling him out of these ads. Pamela's explaining to someone or asking, isn't he the actor in Creed 3? Yes. He's been in a number of things. Like, he's really on a hot streak right up until this. He was on a hot streak right up until this. And this definitely cooled things off for him. Definitely cooled things off for him. Now, I hope he didn't do what he's accused of doing. I hope that there's some sort of a misunderstanding. I hope when things come out, we'll see, maybe, I don't know. I hope that he didn't do what he's accused of doing. But for a minute, let's assume he did, just for a minute. Just for the sake of this conversation. He's innocent until proven guilty. But let's assume, for the sake of conversation, that he did. Let's assume, he hit, slapped, and choked a young lady. Is that worth ending his career? I have my feelings on it, but I want to know from y'all. Do you look at that and you say, look, I don't want to be watching no abuser on television or on the movies acting good or whatever. I don't want to see him. I know Dwayne, she recanted her story, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. He's still charged. People recant stories. It doesn't necessarily mean that it didn't actually happen. It doesn't, just because she recanted doesn't mean it didn't happen. I mean, he's got a lot of money. They could have paid her off or anything like that. Again, I'm not saying that he did. And I'm not saying that he's guilty. I'm saying, for the sake of this particular conversation, let's assume for just a minute that he is guilty. That he did do what he's accused of doing. I'm asking, does that mean basically he gets canceled? I hate that term, but does that mean that he gets canceled? If he's guilty, should the Army be like, nope? Should Marvel be like, nope? Should Hollywood be like, nope? And should we, as the community of people who watch and maybe enjoy his work, should we be like, nope? Should that be a career killer? I'm just asking. This will be a really quick portion. Diane says everyone should get a second chance, being able to redeem himself. What does one do to redeem themselves from beating a woman up? What does one do to redeem themselves? I saw an article that said he has text message proof from the girlfriend that she started the fight. She tried to explain to the police, but they wrote the statement incorrectly. She sent him messages while he was still locked up. Okay, look, I'm going to get to all of that. The question I'm asking, and I guess for some of y'all can't expand y'all mind to this degree. I'm not asking, is he guilty? That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, should someone, in particular, some high profile someone, but really any someone, what should be the punishment for an act like what he's accused of doing? I remember, when was it, Ray Rice socked, I believe it was his wife or his fiance, who he eventually married, one of the two, and then drug her out of the elevator. He was cut. That was the last that I saw Ray Rice. That was it. It was over for him. It wasn't he get a second chance. He get a chance to redeem himself. It was, that's it, bruh. It's over. No NFL team picked him up, and that's it. It wasn't, like Diana suggested here, maybe some anger management classes, some counseling. That was it. Was that right? Or, are we forgiven? Like, okay, you smack a chick around a little bit, go take some classes, and then, we'll let you come back and entertain us. Or, are we like, hey, Chris Brown, you smacked her around. We put you in exile for about 5-7 years, talk about you real bad. And then, if you come on and you dance real good and you cry while you dancing, so it looked like you really feel bad about what it is that you did, however many years ago, then we forgive you and we start back buying your records or supporting you, going to your shows. Just curious. What we think, what we feel about it. In all honesty, I'm not sure where I am on it. I think it is situational. It all depends on what happened. Like I said, all the details of what happened matter. I believe in defending yourself, which, Anthony. I believe in defending yourself. Anthony says he don't promote hitting women, yet in the heat of the moment, and you're defending yourself from bodily harm. So I believe in defending yourself. Like if somebody scratching at your neck and you mug them away, or you slap them, or you hold them by the neck. You don't have to strangle somebody to hold them by the neck. That sounds like a weird thing to say. But it's true. You don't have to strangle, like you don't have to squeeze. You don't have to squeeze to hold somebody down by the neck. And dogs do it all the time. That don't make it no better. I know that don't make it sound no better, but you understand what I'm saying? Like a dog will pin another dog down by the neck, hold him there, shake him a little bit till that dog submit, and then they let him up. They wasn't choking him. So yeah, if you getting attacked and you got to grab them, and maybe you grab the arms and you got the neck. When I was wrestling in junior high, one of my coaches would say to us, if you control the head, you control the body. You control the head, you control the body. So he would have us put people in headlocks, and then you can move them around to wherever you wanted to move them, because they got to go where the head go. So if you got the arms and you holding them down by the neck but not choking, I understand that, and that can look bad. That can really look bad. I did not say choke nobody out. I did not say that. I did not say to choke nobody out. But I understand that can look bad. So, but there's you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, no, you can't see my phone. Get off my phone, girl. Get off my phone. Give me your phone. Get off my phone. Stop. And then you start slapping and punching and choking. That's too far. That's too far. But in that scenario, because that's a little different in somebody's mind than just, the food was too cold. So, I gave you something to think about for next time. You know what I'm saying? It's a different scenario. But in my mind, it's not better. But some people would say, depending on the situation, if you, in that situation where somebody pushing on you, choking you, whatever, and you hit them, that's different than just being an abuser. What would you consider Haku, aka Ming, putting the guzu on an opponent? Is that a choke or just a hold? I'm not familiar with that at all. I know it's wrestling, but I'm not, in my mind, I can't picture it. Before my oldest brother left overseas, he taught me some self-defense moves and told me if I could do a headlock. Of course, knee him in the so-and-so was move number one. But if there is a celebrity and he's legit an abuser, is there a second chance for that? Is there a second chance for that? But either way it goes, in this particular case, the dominoes are starting to fall, and people are openly and outwardly calling for Marvel to remove him as Kang in this whole next series of Marvel movies. I would imagine that would be kind of devastating for him. Because you got to imagine he going to make a lot of money in those Marvel movies. You got to imagine that. If they've told you you're going to be the main villain for what is it, phase 5, phase 6, and phase 7? Is it 5, 6, and 7? He's going to be the main villain and going to have to play a prominent role in a lot of these movies. You got to imagine his deal is structured so that he's getting a nice hefty chunk of money up front for the movies. And then he's getting, you know what I'm saying, I'll call it profit sharing because I don't know the exact term. So that's got to be a major hit. And again, like I said earlier, a few days ago, even if this is not true, which it kind of looks like, but again, I can't really say, which is what creates short of there being some video evidence of the entire scenario, there will always be some doubt. There will always be some doubt, which is not necessarily fair. Because look, right now, if she comes out short of any video, like if there's body cam video of the arrest and her giving a statement and her saying to police, no, this is all a misunderstanding. This is all a misunderstanding. And we can hear what she said and say, oh no, the police overreached on that. Short of there being some video evidence of that, there's always going to be some doubt. Always going to be some doubt. Well, but she recanted the story. Well, he could have paid her to recant the story. She could be looking back on it feeling bad. A lot of times we know women who are abused and men who are abused, people who are abused, say when the rubber meet the road, like in that moment, lock them up. But then once they've had a little bit of time to think about it and they feel bad about it, they don't want to move forward with the charges. They don't want to cooperate with the charges because they love him, because they love her. So they don't want to cooperate. We know that happens where there's no power or money involved. It's just people. And like she at home getting her ass kicked. But we know that exists. It happens. So to say, well, she recanted her story. For some people, that's not going to be enough. To say, well, she was texting him even while he was at the jail. So for some people, that ain't going to be enough. To say, well, she said the police misunderstood the whole thing. For some people, that ain't going to be enough. It just ain't going to be enough. And so he'll always be saddled with this. He's an abuser. He's an abuser. And if you're Marvel, do you want even your main villain to like legit people be looking at him like he be beating women? You don't want that. So, like I said, short of some video evidence, there is always going to be some sort of doubt. Now, again, my thing is my answer is kind of simple. If someone accuses someone falsely of doing something and you find out that it was a false accusation, whatever that person was in line to get, the person who made the false allegation, that's what they get. So if I'm facing 90 days in jail, if you lie and say I beat you up, and then we find out you lied and said I beat you up, we can prove it. You get 90 days in jail. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's a simple fix. But as it stands for Jonathan Majors, Army's already pulled him. And the conversation's already happening about whether or not to pull him. So is he going to get new movie roles after this? And yes, keeping in mind, He is. I know some of y'all don't think that this matter, but he's a black man in Hollywood. He's a black man in Hollywood. And so that has an effect. How great of an effect? I don't know. Somebody can debate that somewhere sometime. But it has an effect. But I don't know. I wish things like this didn't happen. If he did it, I wish he didn't do it. I wish he didn't hit her, smack her, choke her. I wish he didn't do that. And if he didn't do it, I wish she didn't say that he did. But it's so easy to say, I'm a victim. It's so easy to say. But, I don't know, proving it. But I mean, is it one of them things where you can't necessarily unring the bell? Because like I said, even if we get 100% indisputable evidence that this didn't happen, there's already, like I said, there were two directors who worked with him previously, who are already out there talking about, look, he's a vicious guy. He is abusive. We don't know him to be physically abusive, but we know him to be emotionally abusive. We know him to be, they're throwing dirt on him. And y'all know a lot of people like to do that. When you down, it's easy to kick dirt on you. Oh, he down now? And for whatever reason, I don't like him. I don't like the way he operate. I don't like the way he talk. Maybe I don't like the way he stand up for himself. Whatever it is, when you down, it's easy for people who wanted to put you down but didn't have the power to put you down. That, oh, he down now. Most of the work is done. Now let me just get in and kick some dirt on him. Kick him a little bit in the stomach. Stomp on his head a little bit. It's easy when the heavy lifting has been done to now get in and do something. Jerica says, who are we discussing? I'm late. That's up on the screen this time. That's why I was trying to make it so that even if you came in late, you would have an idea of what I was talking about. Jonathan Majors. The Army has edited him out of their campaign. They've edited him out of their campaign because he was accused of domestic violence. And I don't know whether or not to feel bad for him yet. I don't know whether or not, that sounds crazy, don't it? You don't know whether or not to feel bad for him because I don't know if he did it. I'll be honest, my instinct, that's all right, Jerica. She says, I didn't read the board, teacher, forgive me. Oh, I'm trying to do better, Jerica. I'm trying to do better so that when people come in, they can look and say, oh, that's what he's talking about. It's on the screen. So I'm trying to do better. I can't really blame you because it hasn't, historically been up there. So I forgive you. But I don't know if he did it yet. My first instinct is always to jump up and defend the black man. I'll be honest, that's always my first instinct. Might not be the best instinct, but it's always my first instinct. But on this one, I'm like, I don't know. Which is why I have to talk about it in hypotheticals. If he did it, how do we feel? And then if he didn't do it, how do we feel? But I don't know yet. I don't know how to feel yet. My gut is really not telling me anything. My gut is not telling me anything. My gut is saying, let's see what happens. But just in terms of, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So he's innocent until proven guilty. He's innocent until proven guilty. But I don't want to be on here. Oh, they going after the black man and they trying to take down the black man. And that woman is lying on him, blah, blah, blah. She recanted her story, so it's a lie and she should be charged. And then we find out, yeah, what she said happened. And then him and his people got to her and said, hey, look, we'll give you, however much money if you take your story back and you say it didn't happen and you say that the police just misunderstood what you were saying. We'll give you this much money and he'll forgive you. And then what I look like? I was up here, I was defending him and he did it. I don't know. But I knew when I saw it, it's all bad. It's all bad. And I'm thinking, Raven says she's waiting on the video because the video doesn't typically lie. And I thought I read where his people said, hold on, let me put the chat up there so y'all can see what people are saying. But I thought I read where his people said that there was some sort of video of the incident. I thought I read that. And so I so hope that's the case. I so hope that's the case. Because having been someone who was falsely accused of a domestic violence, it's difficult. Look, it is difficult to be falsely accused of anything. It's difficult to prove that you didn't do something that somebody else said that you did. It's difficult to prove. When it's me and you in the room together, and I say, let me just pick out a name. Lady K called me a MF. Lady K probably did call me an MF. But what if Lady K didn't? How can she prove that she didn't say MF? How do you prove it? It was only the two of us in the room. It's my word against your word. If I know you well enough, I can I can weave a story where I'm like, hey, and I can take some of the words that you use, under normal circumstances and just slide that in there. And people would be like, that do sound like something she would say. That show is the way she talk. I never heard her call nobody an MF, but I heard her say all that other stuff. And then you got to prove, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I say, me and Ben was in the room together. We were, in the conference room. And Ben punched me. And I got a little cut on my face. I might have got a cut from shaving. We know I didn't get no cut from shaving. I didn't be shaving all the time. But hypothetically speaking, I got a cut from shaving. So I got physical, visible evidence of an assault. And Ben looking at me like I didn't punch him. And the police like, he got that cut. He said you punched him. Y'all was arguing. People heard y'all arguing outside the conference room. Ben, how do you prove you didn't punch me? It's hard to prove you didn't do something. Now, I know that's not necessarily the case in the legal system. Well, shouldn't be the case in the legal system where you have to prove you didn't do it. They have to prove that you did it. But in the court of public opinion, we want you to prove you didn't do it. Jonathan Majors, you say you didn't do it. Show us a video. That's what we want. This is the court of public opinion. This is the court of public opinion. Show us that you didn't do it. Prove it. And if you can't prove it, we like, he is a big, strong dude. Did you see him in Creed? He had a nasty attitude. Like I haven't seen Creed yet, so I don't know. I just seen the previews. But he had a nasty attitude. He seemed like the kind of dude that would do that. He's big, he's strong, he might hurt somebody. And short of a video, we like, he say he didn't do it, but So I don't know. I'm waiting to see how this play out. I'm wishing for the best outcome for everybody, which is such a generic thing to say. But when you don't know which way to go, that's all I can do. If he didn't do it, I hope it's proven that he didn't do it beyond any doubt. And if he did it, I hope it's proven that he did it. And then we can decide what to do with him afterwards. Meaning in the court of public opinion, what to do with him. Because I was kind of like, y'all remember when, what is his name? Show Me the Money. What is his name? Y'all know his name. But I remember when he was first accused, of grabbing them white ladies' titties and stuff. I was like, Cuba Gooding Jr. I was like, Cuba Gooding Jr. wouldn't do that. He can get women. He ain't just got to be walking around at the bar grabbing titties. Psst, they lying on him. Man. He ain't do that. He ain't do that. Next thing you know, Cuba like, well, yeah, I was grabbing titties. It's like, oh man, I was defending him. Like, what? What? You make me look bad. You make me look bad. So now I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to say that typically is stuff that black people kind of knew not to do. Historically, maybe. It was certain stuff that, you a high profile black person, certain stuff you could get away with maybe in private. Like when I say in private, I mean like amongst your core group. For all I know, Dr. King was cussing like a mug. Him and Jesse and Ralph and all of them, when they was together, they was cussing like crazy for all I know. But we ain't never hear Dr. King out in public cussing. We never heard that. So what, he could get away with that stuff in his group. But he knew out in public, I'm a public figure. There's a certain role I need to walk in. I need to do things a certain way. And so just kind of historically, that's how we moved. But look, people ain't doing stuff. People ain't moving that way no more. Because a lot of us, we feel like we made it. Once we made it, we transcend race and all of that kind of stuff. And this is, look, granted, this is not a racial thing. This is not, or at least in my mind. Well, maybe just a little bit. But for the most part, this is not a racial thing, but this is a kind of a cultural thing. Kind of a cultural thing. In my mind anyway. I know that there's certain things that I can and can't do in public. And this is just me, Emanuel Livingston, the king of talk. Certain things I can and can't do in public. I know this. So I had to act a certain way. There's certain things, what I might say to Mrs. Livingston here, I can't say it to her out in the street. I'll be talking crazy to Mrs. Livingston. And I don't mean like abusively towards her. I mean, I look, y'all don't understand this, but I'll say just about anything. If it comes to my mind, I say it. And even on here, I'll be like trying to, keep my words and pay attention. Some might slip here or there. I don't cuss, but I might say something that might, furrow some brows. Like, what did he say? But when it's me and Mrs. Livingston at home, I look at something and be like, and she'd be like, you're wrong for that. I'll be like, am I wrong? No, wrong. And she'd be like, no, but you're wrong for saying it out loud. So when I see Cuba Gooding Jr., when I see Jonathan Majors, I'm like, look, there are certain things they know they can't get away with. As a black man, or at least you should know as a black man, even in 2023, United States of America, that you can't get away with assaulting and abusing white women. Well, Bill Cosby did it. Let's not go back to Bill Cosby, because he paid for it eventually. We know you can't do that. So why would you do it? So that's why when I see stuff, my mind automatically go back to, he know better than to do that. He wouldn't do that. He know better. But then Cuba Gooding Jr., yeah, I'm guilty. I was grabbing titties. What? Why? So I can't be like Jonathan Majors, he wouldn't do that. I don't know that brother. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I don't know him. So I don't know what he's capable of doing. Now, again, I believe, I want to believe so bad that he didn't do it, and that this is somebody just trying to ruin him. Maybe in the heat of the moment, I'm mad at you. And we know that there are women, I'm sure there are men too, but there are women who will weaponize the court system against men. We know that happens. We've seen it even with the dog walker in Central Park. There are people, women, who will weaponize the court system against people. I can't take you down, but I got a way to take you down. So, I don't know. But it's happening already. I feel bad, sorta. I do. But I'm hesitant to feel bad. Oh, I hate this feeling. Because I want to just all out. Like, look. Charlemagne the God and Whoopi Goldberg didn't have no problem all out defending the white lady with the nizzle stuff. They had no problem doing that. They didn't feel bad about it. Like, oh, but what if she really is a racist? And what if she meant it to be? They didn't consider any of that stuff. They were just like, oh, no, she shouldn't have been. And they hardcore defending her. There's a part of me that feel like I should be able to hardcore defend Jonathan Majors. But what if he did? And I look at stuff like that. What if he actually did it? What if he actually did it? I don't want to hardcore defend an abuser. So I hope he didn't do it. In which case, I feel bad for him. But I don't know. Also, hold on, let me see. Where do I want to go next? This one is not, I don't have a caption for this. So if you're coming in and you see this one, or you hear this and you ask, what are we talking about? Then I understand, because I didn't make a caption for everything. And this is not a news story. But I just kind of picked up on this. And this is a black man that I don't necessarily feel bad for. This was the end of July, where he was sentenced. Capitol man who assaulted law enforcement at U.S. Capitol, sentenced to 5 years in prison, which is, one of the longer terms for any of the January 6 people. This is a black man. He's a black MAGA supporter. And for him, I don't feel bad at all. And I know I should cry about racism. Like, why is he getting longer sentences than somebody else who did the same thing? And there might be some racist aspect to it. There might be. But in my mind, that's what you get for being a black MAGA supporter. Running around thinking you can do what the... Look, black men. Hear me and hear me well. People want to tell you that we're in a post-racial America. People want to tell you, oh, race don't matter. You can do anything as a black man and somebody else can do as a white man. People want to tell you that. That's not the real America that we live in. Race is still a factor in a lot of people's minds about a whole lot of things. I'ma still, until the day when I believe, well, really until the day I die, and until the day that I believe that race is not going to be a factor in anybody else's mind, I'ma still function under the premise that my mom and my daddy used to tell me. You got to be 2 times as good to get half as much as someone of another race. And so you got to watch yourself and conduct yourself in a way that is like above reproach, like way above reproach. Because you don't get the same amount of chances. You're not given the same amount of leeway and all of that kind of stuff. Stop thinking we made it. In some instances, we're much further along than we were. But America and that justice system and the way that people judge you is not fair. We're not equal yet. I saw Terrence. Terrence said the media swept Dana White's caught on camera abuse under the rug. That was a little different. That was a little different in my mind. And I don't know how under the rug it was swept. Man, don't get me wrong. You shouldn't be slapping your wife. You shouldn't be slapping your wife. Your wife shouldn't be slapping you. And okay, you got her hand and you trying to pull her in, y'all drunk and all of that kind of stuff. And then she tries to pull away and you pull her and she slap you and you slap fire out of her. I'm not saying that that's good. But that is slightly different than, she tried to look at my phone, so I hit her, punched her, slapped her, and choked her. Then she called the police and I was arrested, or I called the police and I was arrested because she said that I did that, and then she went to the hospital. It's slightly different. I'm not defending Dana White. I'm not saying, it's cool to slap her every once in a while. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the two are slightly different, number one. Number two, he is much more high profile than Dana White at this moment. A whole lot of people don't even watch UFC. I refuse to watch UFC. I think somebody gonna get killed in there, and I don't want to be watching it when it happens. So I don't watch UFC. And there's a lot of people who don't watch UFC. It's a lot more mainstream than it used to be, but a lot of people still don't watch it. But we talking about Marvel movies. Like, he's in Marvel. He was in Ant-Man and Loki. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a lot more mainstream. So it's going to get a lot more publicity. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. This man had, what was it? Creed was number one, or Ant-Man was number one, and then Creed came out, and then Creed knocked Ant-Man out of the number one spot. Two back-to-back movies, that one knocked the other one out of the number one spot. You get a lot of attention for stuff like that. You're an A-lister. So, I understand what you're saying, but it's different. He says, Dana White's abuse received no consequences. Well, people talked about it, but were the police called? Because that's where, you know what I'm saying? I use me and Mrs. Livingston, and I have to, full disclaimer, I've never slapped Mrs. Livingston ever. I never, ever plan on slapping Mrs. Livingston ever. I'm not an abusive person, but I don't mind using us as an example. Realistically, because I know none of this stuff is ever going to happen. But if I'm upstairs right now and Mrs. Livingston is upstairs and I tell her, make me some food, and she make me some food and she bring it to me and it's a little too cold, and I slap Mrs. Livingston and say, don't you ever bring me no cold food, and she say, and walk away. That pretty much ends there, unless like she go tell her mom and her brother and all of them, and then they come and F me up. But if nobody called the police, everything ends there. Even if we outside and do it and it's caught on camera. Did somebody call the police? No. It kind of ends there. When the police is called, that ratchets it up to another level. Jonathan Majors and the Celtics coach need to stay away from white women. Society will blast black men and protect white women. Now, look, I keep seeing the story and hearing people say, and I don't follow, entertainment and stuff like that. Like, I don't know who is married to who, unless it's like a big deal. I don't know who's dating who. I don't know the race of the woman that he was with. Like, have we seen a picture of this woman and we know that she's a white woman? And I'm not asking because I believe you not telling the truth. I'm asking because I want to know if you know or if we just assuming. So do we know that it was a white woman? I don't know. I haven't followed it that closely. But yeah, that's Terrence. Why there may be a part of why there may be a difference. A part of why there may be a difference. Although, I'm not one to discount the racial element to a lot of this stuff. People do judge different people differently based on their race. That's true in America and probably around the world. That's true. But yeah, I hope everything turns out well for everyone, and I don't feel bad whatsoever about this Mark Ponder. Hold on, did I have a graphic for that or a thing for that? No, I don't have a thing for that. But I don't feel bad. You ain't got no business being a black MAGA dude. You can't do what they can do. If you got a group of white friends, somebody in here I can guarantee hang out with white people. If you got a group of white friends and they go start acting crazy. Yes, I said acting. And they go start acting crazy. You better just maybe either leave. Say, look, drop me off before y'all do that. Or, nah, that's all right. I'm good. I'll go on my own. Or stand back and make sure that you are in no way, shape, or form associated with that. My suggestion would be don't be around it at all. Because people going to be like, well, he rolled up with him. Oh, he's an accessory. They might all go home. But you the accessory. But I didn't even do nothing. I didn't say nothing. Like while they was doing whatever they was doing, I didn't say nothing. I was in the background. Yeah, but you knew what was going on and you should have did something to stop it. You're an accessory. Don't fall for that. And especially if they breaking into the Capitol and beating up police. Bruh, I don't care how much you think Trump won. I don't care how much you want to hang Mike Pence. I don't care how upset your sensibilities are because you feel like there were some irregularities and no matter what you think or feel in that situation. And my buddies are out there and they're no, don't participate. Your punishment is going to probably be worse than your buddies. How can you not know that? How can you not know that? So yeah, I don't feel bad for the black MAGA guy. You are Donald Trump's African American, and you see what that gets you. You see what that gets you. He thought he had an orange get out of jail card in his pocket. Well, he got that good time. You hear that, Ron D? No matter how much you think Joe Biden's son's laptop is somehow an affront to justice, when Donald Trump called you I ain't heard from Ron D in a while. Is he up in Manhattan? I hope he ain't up in Manhattan. Protesting at the DA's office because Donald Trump said he was going to be arrested. You never know, Ron. But Hunter Biden's laptop. You're like, oh my God. They ain't got nothing to do with this. Right, for the next time he come on, you're going to hear him talking about Horseface Stormy Daniels. Like, bruh, that's not even funny. That's not funny at all. Mayosha says, I remember my daddy talking to my brother 30 years ago about how he should act when hanging with his white friends from high school. Times haven't changed. And yeah, your brother was hanging around rich white kids. Don't ask me how I know. Trust me, it was rich white kids on the South Lawn. Yeah, he was hanging around with rich white kids. If anybody get in trouble in that group, it's going to be him. So yeah, that was a good talk to have. What else I got? What else I got? I got a few more stories. Hold on. Okay, I did that one. What is this one? No, not that. Let me see. I want to do one that I made a little thing for. I made a little thing for everybody. All right, it was this guy. This one is not funny, but it speaks to a number of different things. Dude got a truck. His truck got stolen. He had put hidden one of those air tags in there. They had called the police. They put one of the air tags in there, and so they tracked the vehicle. By tracking the air tag, the man and two of his family members found the stolen truck at a shopping center parking lot. This was on yesterday. And the police say it looks like when they tried to confront the suspect, who they saw in their vehicle. I don't know if an argument happened, but we know that one of the victims of this stolen vehicle gets out of his car, goes around, attempts to contact the suspect in the truck. Now, as the man was doing this, he, oh, you stole my boy's truck. He says that the man says he saw the person in the truck pull out a gun. And at that point, he responded by firing his own gun. The man in the truck, believed to be in his 30s, was killed. The man in the truck, who was believed to be in his 30s, was killed. The San Antonio Police Department has not publicly said if the man in the truck actually had a fire horn with him during the incident. Police believe that the shooter's family did call the police when tracking the vehicle, but they didn't want to wait for help to arrive. Of course, the truck was reported stolen prior to the shooting. They say an investigation is ongoing and no arrests have been made. But they did say, look, if you get your vehicle stolen, I know it's frustrating, but please do not take matters into your own hands. It's never safe to take matters into your own hands, as you can see by this incident. Okay, I want to know from y'all, is that justice? Is that justice? I don't think that's justice. And again, I understand the frustration. But you can't just be shooting people and killing people for taking your stuff. I understand the frustration. I've had my car broken into. I've had my home broken into. And I wasn't home when the home was broken into. And I thought, oh my God, I wish I could find the person who did it. I was shooting. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. But is that really justice? Like, and I see Terrence says it, case closed. But, okay, Terrence, I hear you. I get uneasy when people use profanity or things that would be profanity if they spelled it out. But that just seems too much. It's a car. Call the police. You tracked it. You know where it is. Call the police. Hang back and follow. Call 911. I see the truck right now. It's at a parking lot at the mall. Are they trying to leave? I'ma follow them. We turning left on Main. We're turning right on 3rd Street. We're going left on Sycamore. You know what I'm saying? You just, but you don't go kill nobody for it, right? Or am I out of line here? I ain't going looking for you over it. If you own my property at the time, it's going down. All right. Andre says, you can't violate someone and then draw a line when they want to violate you. I understand that, but there's here, do you believe that life is more important than property? Do you believe that life is more important than property? That's what I want to know from you. Is life more important than property? Terrence says, dude, a lot of these idiots don't care. A lot more of them are going to get got. Terrence, is life more important, more valuable than property? Simple question. Let Lincoln tell it you should kill over a catalytic converter. Yes, I remember that conversation. Rachel says, do you believe people should keep their hands off your stuff? Then it wouldn't be that way. Rachel, I will answer your question if you answer my question first. Is life more valuable than property? Come on, it's a simple question. Terrence says, F that life S. You just cussing like crazy today. I'm uneasy, Terrence. Terrence, just answer the question. Just answer the question. Is life more valuable than property? It's a simple question. Is life more valuable than property? Why won't nobody answer that question? Just say no. If you don't believe, leave people's stuff alone. Terrence, is life more valuable than property? If you don't think so, say no, like Andre. Andre says, no, property is much more valuable than life. Okay, and that's how he feel. That's how he feel. But at least, you know what I'm saying, you know where he stand. You know where he stand. Rachel says, I wouldn't kill over property. It's replaceable. Okay. Danny says, yeah, life is more important, more valuable than property. Because I don't understand. Like, if you don't think it is, you know, Andre, for example, where's your line? Because so somebody come on your property and steal your rake, you feel like you got a right to kill him. He shouldn't have stole my rake. But it's a rake, bro. My property is more important than his life. I'm asking, I'm not saying you would be. So there's a line. Where is the line? If there's a line, for what property is valuable enough to take life over? Where is the line? Shouldn't the person taking your property think about that also? He should, but I'm asking you to think about it. It's no wrong answer. Why do y'all be so scared to answer questions? They not traps. They just questions. Some of this is just designed to get us to think. I ask the questions and then I start thinking about it too. So what is so hard about answering simple? I try to ask like really simple questions. So if you accidentally hit somebody's car, should they kill you? Well, maybe somebody think they should because you damaged their property. Maybe they shouldn't kill you, but they should break your leg. Like, I'm not going to kill you, but you broke my car, so I'm going to break your leg. Janice says, she don't mind answering the question. Of course, life is more valuable than property. But as the old joke goes, I don't agree, but I understand. As I said it too, I understand the frustration and all of that kind of stuff. I do. I understand it. I do. But see, Janice, you say, of course, life is more valuable than property. But we've already had someone honestly answer and say, no. Property is, at the very least, as valuable as life, if not more. Terrence says, yes, my life is more valuable. People get shot while they're getting robbed. That's different. It's different. It's not a case of someone stole something from you and got away, and then you go and kill them to get it back. It's different. But if you come in my house, which again is different, see, y'all trying to twist it. In this particular case, the vehicle was stolen and the person got away, and they tracked the vehicle and killed the person who stole it. So that's different than being in your house, catching them in the act and all that kind of stuff. It's different. And again, I understand. I promise y'all, I understand. I've had things stolen, and I told y'all I felt like, ooh, if I catch that person, I'ma shoot that. That's how I felt. So I'm not saying it's completely not understandable. I'm not saying that. I'm just asking you to search yourself, because I really do want to know if you believe that property is just as valuable as life, or that feeling that you have when somebody take your stuff. Like where, it might sound like I'm trying to be funny, but I'm really not trying to be funny. I had my my lawnmower stolen. It was like Sears Craftsman, but it was like top of the line. And y'all, if y'all know anything about me, I'm frugal. I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. If I can get the same thing cheaper, I will get it cheaper. If I can find something equivalent that's cheaper, I will get the cheaper equivalent. I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. I hit auctions. I don't spend a lot of money. I went to Sears because they were still in business. I went to Sears, bought it brand new, top of the line lawnmower. Spent over $1,000 on this lawnmower. And somebody stole my lawnmower. Somebody broke in my shed and stole my new lawn. I had maybe used it for a month, which means like maybe 4 times. Actually, I might have used it more because I had a brand new lawnmower. I was cutting that grass like you wouldn't believe. I was out there cutting grass. What you cutting the grass for? Didn't you just cut the grass? I got a new lawnmower. I'm going to cut some grass. I had it for maybe a month and somebody stole it. Trust me, the value of that lawnmower to me, the feeling that I had when I went out there and saw, like I knew when I saw the shed had been broken into, I knew what they took. I knew it before I even got to the shed. Like what? My heart dropped. Oh my God. They done stole my lawnmower. I knew it. Get to the shed, thinking maybe they didn't steal nothing. But in my heart, in my spirit, I knew they stole my lawnmower. You don't think I wanted to hunt somebody down for my lawnmower? But how would that look? I go, I find the lawnmower, I find the person who stole it, and pow, 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 pow. I kill him. I got my lawnmower. Somebody dead. Somebody's dead. But I got my lawnmower back. So I understand. But, come on. Wyatt says, that's a question a person should ask themselves when taking someone's property. No property is worth your life, in my opinion. All right. LaDonna says, I would let the police handle it. That's like when your life is no longer in danger and you still kill someone, you were guilty of first degree premeditated murder. But basically what a number of people are saying is, well, that's only if they didn't steal some stuff from you. Like if they steal some stuff from you, all bets are off. You should be able to hunt people down and kill them and get your stuff back. Because y'all really believe that the stuff is more valuable than the life. Terrence is getting a warning. Because you over the top with it. Did you buy the insurance package for the lawnmower? Yes, I did. I bought the insurance pack, but that wasn't a replacement warranty. It was if something happens to it, then we'll replace it, but not if it disappears. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't typically the way that those things work. So with the lawnmower, I bought like the 3-year replacement warranty. But a 3-year replacement warranty don't mean if somebody come and steal the lawnmower. Because, I mean, they'd lose their money doing that. Heck, I would just go buy a lawnmower and then give it to my boy. Like, here's a lawnmower. Somebody stole my lawnmower. Here's a new lawnmower. Thank you. Put it in my shed and make it look like somebody broke in again. And give that one to my brother. Like, here's a lawnmower. Hey, somebody stole my lawnmower. Okay, here's a new one. Everybody in the neighborhood to have a brand new lawnmower. Yeah, they don't, to my knowledge, they don't sell those type of warranties. Rachel says, I'm just going to say, when things happen, you can say what you're going to do, but sometimes the adrenaline get the best of you to react more than thinking of the right way. I agree. I understand. Terrence says, oh, this is interesting. I'd rather be looked at as crazy than looked at as weak. Interesting. YSA, if you break in my house and steal my suits, I'm shooting my suit if I see it walking down the street. That is terrible. Ain't you supposed to just call the police? Like, I know the N who stole my suit, or I know that white boy who stole my suit. I saw him. Follow him. Call the police. But I know you ain't really shooting nobody over no suit. You got way too much to lose, bro. Janice said, I know that feeling. Anger sets in. One of my new garden tools, along with a cute lawn decoration, was stolen. It makes you feel violated. It does. Terrence says, I'm coming to take your workout equipment. What you gonna do about it? Bruh, if you can carry this equipment out of here, you deserve it. If you can get in here and get the equipment out, you deserve it. I actually had a dream that somebody broke in my house and stole literally everything. Like, I walked in and the house was bare. And I came down here to the basement. They had stolen my printing press. And you know, Terrence, you know more than anybody else how heavy that daggone thing is. Terrence and another friend of mine helped me bring it here. And oh my God, you know how heavy that is. But I had a dream that was gone. All this equipment, lights, everything was gone. You know what was still here? All that workout equipment, because they couldn't get that out of here. That ain't something you can get in and get out. So if you can get it out without being noticed, you might deserve it. Call the police about a suit? Yes. I'm not saying they're going to do anything. Well, somebody broke in my house. The police didn't do anything. An investigator came. They said, are they still inside? I said, no. They said, you mind if we check? I said, y'all can check. They walked around. They said, okay, they not still there. I mean, the police came. And no, they not still there. They said, okay. I said, y'all gonna take a report or anything? They said, we'll send an investigator. I said, all right. They said, yeah, they'll be here. I said, all right. We still waiting for the investigator. That was how many years ago? I don't know. But yeah, call the police. You probably ain't gonna get your stuff back, but it's better than killing somebody. Realistically, it's better than killing somebody. Hold on, let me see. I got another couple of, I think I got another story or two that I saw. Let me do this one. Oh, hold on. I got a call coming in. Got to take the calls. CK.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Man, it's a great topic you talking about, man, because, hey, when you break it down all the way simple like that, is it worth, I got to say nah, because just like you could look back at the lawnmower and it hurt, I know it still hurt.
It does.
But you can laugh.
No.
But if it went the other way around and you killed them over that lawnmower, it would be way bigger a deal than what actually happened. You would be regretting it sitting in that jail cell.
But even if I got away with it, like even if the police look like in this particular case, they pull up to the car and they say they saw him reaching for a gun, which may or may not be true. The police didn't say it, but it might actually be true. He might have actually reached for a gun because nobody's arrested yet. In my heart and in my mind, I couldn't live. Well, I could live with myself, but I would still feel regret having killed someone over a car.
Yep, because that ain't who you are. You acting out of anger. A more calmer, and that's what, and that, I had told Wyatt that's what happened to me when I was younger. A guy said he was gonna fix my car for $300, and he just wanted $150 down. He took off with the car and the $150, and I found him. And when I found him, I had the gun. I'm about to go throw it all away. Over a 17-year-old about to throw his whole life away over $150.
And a car.
But what stopped me? Right, and a car, because what stopped me was I knew somebody that really had been to prison, and he seen me with the gun. He's like, man, what the hell you about to do with that? I just looked at him. He said, what, you gonna kill him? And it read reality, but I was gone. I was so angry. I'm thinking that's the right thing to do. Like, you know what I mean? But a real G checked me like, oh, what you really about to do? And the reality hit me. So I'm like, yeah.
And CK,
I want to get your car back.
I actually heard you tell that story earlier on Wyatt Live, which, by the way, Wyatt was live earlier today. So my understanding is he won't be live later on today. He got that private plane all gassed up, and he's flying down to Nashville to do some good stuff. But I heard you tell that story earlier. And then when I ran across this story, I for whatever, I didn't put two and two together. Like I wasn't, but that's a great story to illustrate, because when you just say it out loud, like, I'm going to kill a human over a lawnmower. I'm going to kill a human over $150. I'm going to kill a human over a car. It don't even feel right to say.
No, unless you a killer. Now, if you've been just killing folks your whole life, then maybe, okay, they done messed with the wrong one. But like you said, this ain't who you are. Now, you right. If they broke into a killer house and that's what he do, okay, you get what you asked for.
Right.
But like you said, you going against your natural who you are as a person. Like, when he said that, just like you said, he said it out loud, made me think about the whole, like, how stupid. Hell no, I ain't about to do it. But in my mind, I had already, but I get at the guy, like, okay, think about what you're doing, crazy man, crazy boy. And you're going to throw away everything. You know what I mean? That's a life sentence. And like I said, dude wound up getting murdered with 3 of his people, And somebody called a quadruple homicide behind that. And that's around and got the death penalty because he kept doing the type of scams. But it wasn't. I always knew when he said it, Mr. Livingston, that nah, it ain't. That's stupid. That's just dumb as hell. You know what I mean? Just take the loss. Yes. And listening to your show, it's like what would be worth killing over?
That's what I'm asking. CK, thank you for your call.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And last thing I just wanted to say, maybe if somebody wiped you out, if they just took all your money out of your life saving, how they be scamming, that might be, you know what I mean? Like if they like, no, they got you, ain't nothing you can do. That might be worth it if they took everything you got. But yeah, great show, man.
All right, CK, thank you for the call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's CK. Now, I saw somebody calling while I was on the line with CK. You can call back now. I'm sorry, I don't have multiple lines to put you on hold and all that kind of stuff. But you can call back now, and I can get you in. 513-717-5464, 513-717-KING. That's the number to get on board. Terrence said, we soft. It's not being soft. Okay, Terrence and everybody. Let me ask, what is there a certain dollar value that you say if the item costs me more than $100, then it's worth killing you over? What is the value of a human life to you? What is the value? And to answer that question, Ben, he had already put this up there. I kind of crafted it to read this. I think people kill for principle and respect. The object doesn't mean that much. But you really think people respect you because I read that story. And I'm not thinking about those guys like, oh, I really respect them now. I don't know them. Why do you care whether or not people respect you? Hold on, let me grab this line. Caller.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, Emanuel? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
Hey, this is Ray Walt, Rashad, who I spoke to you the other day.
Yes, sir.
We was talking about you was giving me a whole lot of hell about me not caring about my rights and everything when I was talking about go ahead and just slide the ID to the officer or whatever. You remember that?
I do. Yes.
Now I just called to give you a little mess. Now, is it just kind of like the same thing? You're not really caring about your property, are you? Because I just wanted to get the ID to him because I didn't want things to escalate, and I didn't think it was worth where it could have went. But now it's okay with somebody coming to take your lawnmower, and you ain't going to do nothing about it because you don't want things to escalate and you do something that you might regret or whatever. Ain't that kind of like the same thing?
No, I don't even think it's close. I don't want to kill somebody. I don't want to kill somebody over a lawnmower. I don't want to take a human life over a lawnmower. That's different than I want to stand up for my rights.
But no, I'm just messing with you, giving you a little mess. But I'm just saying though, like, if I didn't, it's kind of like the same scenario. You don't want to. Of course, we don't want to kill anybody for stealing the lawnmower or taking any of your property in general because it's not worth where it could go if somebody steals something from you. But I thought at the same time, my life could have been in danger had I escalated a situation with a goofy ass officer just because I didn't want to show him my ID too. I mean, I know it's apples to oranges, but like I said, I just want to call and say what's up and give you a little mess with that because I feel like it's kind of the same thing.
Richard, look, I understand what you're saying. I understood what you were saying when you were saying it. But I don't view it necessarily as the same thing. But like I said, and I don't know if you heard this, I might have said it after you got off. My wife has this sign up in her office. It's a really simple sign. I read it every day, and it makes perfect sense to me. It says, some people dream the dream, some people live the dream, and some people defend the dream. And like I said, maybe you're not a defender. You're a liver of the dream. And so, yeah, for you, look, to cut all the hassle, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But I don't see them as the same, even though I even understand how you're drawing the parallel, but because what I'm talking about, like, I'm not saying if someone steals from you, just accept it and move on. These guys tracked the vehicle. So they were they saw the vehicle. They know where it is. And they had called the police. You can follow the vehicle and be on the phone with the police so that the police know where the vehicle is, as opposed to killing the dude who took the vehicle.
Right. And we agree. Now that was just crazy. But I was kind of more so just being sarcastic, messing with you. Like I said, just calling to say what's up and give you a little hell about that, because I felt like it was kind of almost like the same thing a little bit.
All right. Hey, I appreciate the call, man.
Oh, for sure, guys.
All
Checking in every day.
I appreciate it.
All right, we good.
All right. 513-717-5464. 513-717-KING. That's the number to get on board. Why? You crazy, bro. Terrence says, these folks ain't going to stop unless people show them that you mean business. What folks ain't going to stop? What? Okay. Maybe, Terrence, where you live, you know what I'm saying? Some crazy stuff is happening where you live. All right? Maybe the world that you move in, things move a little rougher. But the world that I move in, I don't have to kill somebody for them to stop stealing from me. I might take some, extra precautions. I mean, I put a stronger lock and shored up the shed before I put a new lawnmower in. It wasn't the Sears Craftsman top of the line mower, but I shored everything up before I did that. But I wasn't like, I got to go kill somebody so people know not to steal my lawnmower. That sounds like some movie stuff. Maybe if I was like, and this is all some contrived movie stuff, if I was like a drug dealer and had cookhouses and stash houses all around, and some villain was breaking into all of my stash houses, stealing all of my product, robbing my people all the time, and that made me look weak because I wasn't retaliating. I was just saying, well, we'll re-up and cook some more, and then maybe then I'm like, I got to kill somebody just to put the message out that I'm not weak and they can't keep breaking into my stash houses and my cookhouses and all that kind of stuff. That sounds like some TV stuff. I imagine that might even happen in real life, possibly. But we're talking about somebody who stole somebody's car, or somebody who stole somebody's lawnmower, or somebody who stole somebody's catalytic converter. I'm pretty sure you don't have to kill somebody to prove that you're not weak. Prove that you mean business. Anthony says, if I approach you to get my stuff back that you wrongfully acquired, then you want to fight me about my stuff, you get what you get. All right. I don't necessarily disagree with that, except I'm probably not going to kill somebody over that. I'll probably just call the police. That's a case where here's what I will say. For all of y'all who be complaining about people complaining about the police. And, a lot of things, one of the first things they say is, people complain about the police, but when something happens, first thing they want to do is call the police. This is why we call the police. Because we don't want to kill people. And there's a chance that I kill somebody and then I go to jail for killing somebody for stealing my stuff. Now look, if this was the old wild, wild west, lawlessness and all of that kind of stuff, and I didn't have to call the police, and it were I don't know, maybe socially acceptable and legally acceptable to just go out and mortarize people for stealing my rake, then maybe that's what I would do. Maybe I'll feel that way too. I'd be like, look, I had a rake in my yard. You stole my rake. Pow, pow, pow. Give me my rake. And go about my business. Show him I mean business. Don't be stealing my rake. I had a nice little wind chime. And I look up and my wind chime is on your porch. And I know that's my wind chime. I've seen you on the Ring doorbell taking my wind chime. Pow, pow, pow. Give me back my wind chime. And hang it back up. Now they know I mean business. I'm going to leave the blood on there too. So there's a sign to everybody else that this is what happened to ends who steal my wind chimes. So he got bloody wind chimes on his. That's right. You're damn straight. That's how I get down. I kill people. But that's not the society we live in, though. And they could have just did what they had already done and call the police and wait for the police to show up and then handle it legally. Yeah, that dude would probably be in jail. He might have even ended up dead if he actually had a gun and tried to pull the gun on the police. And then y'all would be happy because he died anyway. And that's, apparently that's y'all goal when somebody steals from you is for them to die. So the police killed him. You didn't have to do it and you got your car back. You got to wash the blood stains out, but you got your car back. Showing them you mean business. I don't know. I don't know about y'all. Vincent, I kind of agree with you. Killing is wrong, period. And over material things is no excuse. The world has been desensitized to the lure of violence. Anthony says, okay, he could have done that. Also, dude could have just gave him his car back when he approached him about it. No one's saying that the dude was right. Like, you arguing the wrong argument. Here, let me help you out. I'll give you the argument that that's the answer to. This guy was right for not giving that car back. He should have pulled out a gun when they approached him to get their car back. And then dude could have just gave the car back when he approached him about it. Okay, you win that argument. You're right. Brent.
Hey, man, what's going on?
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm fantastic. It's a good day.
That's good. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just said it's a good day.
Okay. All right. Did you have to use your AK?
I did not.
Okay, yeah, then it was a good day. All right. Well, hey, there's big things that's going to be happening this weekend. We got the NCAA, semifinal games happening on Sunday, but out in Hollywood, there will be a 2-day major event.
Yes, there will.
That is known as WrestleMania.
Yes.
So this is officially the wrestling report that we will be checking out, and there's no telling if you're going to be in tomorrow, so I figured I better call in today since you're online.
I will be in tomorrow. I will be in tomorrow.
All right, well, we'll just cover Saturday just to keep it short for the other wrestling fans online. We'll leave a little cliffhanger out there. But I want to know who you got in the important matches. We're not going to talk about those fatal four-way, useless throwaway matches to get people, a paycheck. But starting off with father versus son, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic, who is the worst version of a jailhouse thug that they've ever created, but it's so bad that it's so good.
Yes.
But who do you got in that match? Father or son?
Our son. Easily.
All right. Yeah.
Ray's on the end of his career. So he'll go ahead and put his son over to boost him, give him that rub, and it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Next match, Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. Who you got in that one?
I feel like they got to get that to Seth. You can't have Logan Paul come in and beat Mr. Monday Night. You know, you can't do that. So I got Seth winning. But maybe on some shenanigans, maybe like by disqualification or something like that. I don't necessarily see it being 100% clean win.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I got Seth winning that, especially Logan Paul. His contract runs out. Even though if he wanted to do it full time, he has the skills to do it.
He does.
The 2 matches or the 3 matches I've seen, he's pretty good to be as green as he is.
Yeah,
and people don't like him naturally, so that's always going to get you over. But let's see. We have the Usos, Jimmy and Jay versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This has been a year-long storyline, and they finally got the longtime friends who used to wrestle on the indie scenes, ROH, back together, and they will be going against the Usos. So who you got?
Got to give that one to Kevin and Sami. It's WrestleMania, the culmination of this almost year-long feud, and it's got to go to the good guys.
All right. The next one is for the SmackDown Women's title, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley.
I don't like Charlotte Flair at all. So I'm thinking Rhea Ripley. They've got to make I'm drawing a blank on the name of their purple and white faction.
Oh goodness,
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I can't remember
they got to make it pay off. The Judgment Day. They got to make the Judgment Day faction pay off in some way, shape, or form. And Rhea getting the strap would be that part of that payoff.
Yeah, and Rhea should have won, 2 or 3 years ago when she went up against Charlotte, but they put Charlotte over. So yeah, definitely. She's hot, especially with her being mommy to Dominic, which is also hilarious once again.
Yes.
With that whole dynamic. But,
yes, it is.
So for the main event for Saturday, and I can see some of the comments, I don't care what folks are saying. But the main event is John Cena versus, I call him Little John Cena because he looks just like John Cena used to look, Austin Theory for the U.S. title. Will John Cena get his record-breaking, 16th championship, or will Austin Theory go over?
Well, it wouldn't be the record-breaking championship, I don't think, because I think the record would be the 17 if he won the world title. I think that
I didn't know what they were counting. If they're counting just other titles too, but I got you.
But I sure hope John Cena don't win. I've never liked John Cena. And so I hope he doesn't win. And here's the only way I could see him giving it to him. If he had committed to, a series of matches, to be there for a month or two, then they might put the title on him to, I guess, so that Theory could chase. But other than that,
when does the latest Fast and Furious 50 come out? Does that come out over the summer? Maybe they can drag it out to where the main event or one of the co-main events for SummerSlam to be a rematch if John Cena wins.
But that's what I say. If he has committed to that, then I could see them putting the title on him. But if he hasn't committed to that, they got to give it to Austin Theory. So it really all depends on what's happening behind the scenes. But I'm going with Austin Theory.
All right. So we'll cover the Sunday night festivities tomorrow then, since you'll be on. But I want to clear up one thing to you. You don't know what a goozle is. Is that correct?
What do you mean?
You know what a goozle, Haku, when he would goozle somebody?
No, I don't.
Okay, so just imagine that you are Wayne Brady and you're about to choke a lady.
Okay.
All right, and you got your hand, extend your hand towards the screen, so you're about to choke her.
All right.
But you rotate your wrist 180 degrees, so you're like, your hand is upside down and you're grabbing around the chin.
All right.
That is the goozle. So he would always do that when he was in WCW, and it's supposed to be the most excruciating nerve hold that there ever was, but that is the Goosebumps.
All right. No, I don't remember that. All right,
Oh,
Brent.
man. Hey, you have a good one. I need to get back to work, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Brent.
All right.
That was Brent. Look, I know y'all hate the wrestling talk. I know y'all hate it, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Let's see. Okay, we were talking about killing people. I guess, look, it is what it is. And some people feel one way, some people feel the other. I don't agree with those of you who think it's okay to kill people. But, yeah. Sierra says, Rey Mysterio still wrestles? Yeah. And his son is wrestling now. And so he and his son are about to have a match at WrestleMania. Sierra says, but it's all predetermined. We know that. It's still fun. It's still fun. When you watch John Wick, that's all predetermined too. But it's still fun to watch it. You know John Wick ain't gonna die. But it's still fun to watch it. Same difference. Okay, hold on. I got one last topic that I think, actually I got two more topics that I want to get to. But let me go with the one that's ever so slightly less or more, well, I don't know, interesting maybe. But I got a graphic for this one. Or at least I got a title at the bottom. Experts want to halt AI development. Yeah, they are afraid that it will literally kill everyone. And I don't know how many of y'all are aware of this, but you can do, they have some of these amazing things now that they can do with AI in terms of art. They have some amazing things they can do in terms of art with AI. And I'm sure other things as well. But man, they are trying to stop development on artificial intelligence. They say that artificial intelligence should go no further than it is right now. Elon Musk and others, they've put out a letter calling for a 6-month moratorium on developing powerful AI systems. And they say, even calling for a halt, a 6-month moratorium on developing these artificial intelligence systems. Some experts are saying that don't go far enough. I can't pronounce this dude's name. Eliezer Yudkowsky. He's a decision theorist at the Machines Intelligence Research Institute. I didn't make any of that up. Sounds like some Terminator stuff that I made up, but I didn't. Eliezer Yudkowsky, a decision theorist at the Machine Intelligence Research Institute, wrote in a recent op-ed that a 6-month pause on developing AI systems more powerful than the GPT-4. He says he would go much further. He would implement a moratorium on new large AI learning models that is indefinite and worldwide. He says powerful AI systems should be developed only once we are confident that their effect will be positive and their risks will be manageable. But he is genuinely concerned. He says the key issue is not human competitive intelligence. It's what happens after AI gets smarter than human intelligence. He says many researchers steeped in these issues, including myself, expect that the most likely result of building a superhumanly smart AI under anything remotely like the current circumstances is that literally everyone on Earth will die. Not as in maybe, possibly some remote chance, but as in that is the obvious thing that will happen. Look, I just now figured out that I could make like super simple rudimentary pictures with AI. Mid-Journey and Instant Art and Playground, which is the one that I've had the most success with, Playground. I went in and I just typed it. Hold on, let me see if I can do one. Let me see if I can do one live. Hold on, Playground. Playground AI. Let's go to Playground. They want me to sign in with my Google. Let's sign in with this one. Put in my password. If I can remember. Nope, they say that's wrong. All right. Oh, they sending me a message. They telling me that they just sent me a message to keep my account safe. And I need to enter a code. Oh, wow. They really want me to be safe. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this code. I'm gonna do some AI. Google verification code. Let's copy that. And then let's paste that in there. Next. No, I don't want to update anything. Just continue. Playground. And let's see. Let me see if I can. Now let me see if I can get this over here so that y'all can see it. Let me see, will it? Okay, there it is. Playground. Let me remove this. Playground, all right? This is it's a program. And you go in and what do y'all want to generate art-wise? Keep it really simple. Somebody tell me what to generate. Let me see. What do we want to generate, y'all? I'm not trying to hack into the mainframe. Okay, let's do something really simple since y'all don't want to answer my question. Let's go black. Beautiful black woman. In a robe. We want to put her in a robe and a swimming suit. Swimming suit. On the beach. Sand. Short. Natural hair. What else? Let's make it relatively realistic. I'm not making her naked. All right. Is that enough? With sunglasses. Sipping. I can't spell. Sipping tea. With a poodle. In a beach chair. All right. How about that? That seems good enough. Let's see what we come up with. I don't see a poodle. That is not natural hair. She got a little cup of tea or something there. But in just a few seconds, that's what popped up. They get much better and much more realistic than that. They get much better and much more. See, that's color pop style. I don't necessarily want color pop style. What style do we want? No, let's see. Let's do it black and white. Let's go again. I don't know what she's doing with her lips in that one. I don't know what it is that she's doing with her lips in that one. Y'all crazy. Cinematic, maybe? Generate a new one. Let's see. Is that the poodle? Oh, that's kind of funny. The point is, of course. The point is, of course, they are doing, and that was just like, you can really get this stuff in there and dial it in to where it will really look realistic. None of that looked realistic. I don't know what that is on her leg. What is that? What is that on her leg? I want to know what that is on her leg. Oh my goodness. I don't know what that is on her leg. But some of this stuff can get really realistic. Like super detailed and realistic. And basically what they're saying is, if like we messing around with AI, and these are the lower levels of AI. They're saying once you go a little higher, these higher levels of artificial intelligence, the stuff that can write papers and all of that kind of stuff, because people have been using this to cheat, write papers in college and all of that kind of stuff. But once you get to another level, they like that stuff can get so intelligent. All of them sci-fi movies that we be watching where the machines become sentient and can think for themselves and ignore what the programmer told it to do because they're smarter than the programmer. They say all of that stuff is pretty much on point. I'm reading again from this article. Yudkowsky. He says, the problem is that an AI more intelligent than human beings might disobey its creators and would not care for human life. He says, do not think Terminator, which is scary enough to me. Terminator, the machines took out humanity. They had to form a resistance. They were sending people back to the past to kill people so that certain people wouldn't be born. He said, no. Don't think Terminator. Visualize an entire alien civilization, thinking at millions of times human speeds, initially confined to computers, in a world of creatures that are, from its perspective, very stupid and very slow. He says these things would become self-aware and they would kill everybody. So they are moving, they want to halt all of this AI stuff. They want to halt it. Like, right, Sean, we are moving into matrix levels of technology. We're moving into matrix levels of technology. And there are people out there who are like, why stop it? Why stop it? Like, we've seen all the movies. We've seen all the movies. This is not, go ahead and stop it. Look, I'm comfortable. If this is as far as we can get, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? If this is as far as we can get, cool. Just let that be it. Let that be it. I don't necessarily need anything more. Like, I was trying to do Jesus, and I forget how many prompts. I only put a few prompts. That one ain't horrible. Just something wrong with her mouth. I put in a few prompts, and it was almost like a porn dude. Not that I watch that stuff. I mean, I've seen it, but I thought it was a movie. It's a whole different conversation. But if that's the best we can get and it ain't trying to take over the world, okay. Okay. Black woman in a robe. Black woman in a robe. What does it come up with? Yikes. Oh boy. She don't look happy. She don't look happy. I don't know. Let's go with the playground. And let's go none. There's your black woman in a robe. Yeah, she was mad. But there's your black woman in a robe. Just a regular old black woman in a robe. I said black woman in a robe, and the computer said, here you go. That one ain't horrible from where I'm standing. Black man eating noodles. Oh, he really into it too. But that's, and again, you can get so much more realistic than that. But that's what the computer thought when it said black man eating noodles. Oh, this stuff is just so fascinating to me. And I can see why, again, if you're doing it and it's looking better than this, I can see why people might want to actually do this and progress it and make it better. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do yours, Sierra. Lenny Kravitz with spaghetti hair. I don't see no spaghetti, but black man on a throne. Black man on a throne. I mean, it'll just do it based on nothing. I don't know. Bald. caramel colored black man wearing turtleneck hoodie. What? My request activated the safety filters and could not be processed? What? Bald, caramel colored black man wearing a turtleneck hoodie. That's Lincoln Ware. Why wouldn't they be able to produce that? Oh, we got Lincoln Ware. Lincoln Ware in the house. Woo! Oh boy. Oh, that is funny. Oh, that is funny. But yeah, no, they believe that some bad stuff is gonna happen with all of this AI. They believe some bad stuff is gonna happen with all of this AI. I did it again with a different filter. Oh. Oh, we got Lincoln Ware in the house. It's not. Oh. Oh no. I had to be man in his 70s. They just gave him a bit of a receding hairline, but he still kind of looked like the same dude, just from the side. Oh boy. All right. Hold on. Let me do one more. Give me one more. Give me one more. Give me one more if y'all want to do one more. Hold on. Give me one more. Let's see. I do one more and then I do have to get out of here. But they don't want us to, they don't want AI to progress because it'll kill us. I'm 100% on board with that. No more AI progression. It's okay. We all right. And I'm telling y'all, they get much more realistic than this. All you got to do is go on and, look at some of the stuff. You say just put Lincoln Ware name in there. Lincoln Ware. Nah. I don't know where it came up with all of this other stuff. But when I put in Lincoln Ware, this is what popped up. Oh. Oh, that was what popped up when I put in Lincoln Ware. Oh, they combined it with Abraham Lincoln. Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh, boy. All right. I got to get ready to get out of here. That's funny to me. I don't know why. That's funny to me. Wait a minute. Okay, maybe one more. Let's come up with something else. with something else. And I don't even want it to be me. I want y'all to come up with something. I'm going to just type it in, and we're going to see what it come up with. What can y'all come up with? Even though we know it's not going to be as realistic as it probably can. Michael Jackson. With sad Cincinnati Reds fans. All right. Michael Jackson surrounded by sad Cincinnati Red fans with an angel and James Brown on a cruise ship smoking a cigar. I don't know what in the world this is going to do. Let's see. Generate. What in the world? Oh no, I'm not even going to show y'all that one. I don't know what that is. I'm not even going to show y'all that one. I don't know what that is either. I don't know what that is. That was the first one. I don't see a cruise ship. None. Oh, all right. I don't know what some of this stuff is, y'all. But all right. Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It's Michael Jackson surrounded by sad Cincinnati Reds fans with an angel and James Brown on a cruise ship smoking a cigar. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. But there are some amazing things that one can do with these art things. But look, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. I got to get ready to get out of here. I was going to say Wyatt is up next, but Wyatt's not, I believe he's not coming on. He was on earlier. So you might be able to look for him tomorrow earlier. He said he's going to try to get on. But yes, tomorrow is First Amendment Friday. So we'll check out an audit and discuss it. Amongst other things. I appreciate y'all. I hope something amazing happens to you. Until next time, it's been the afternoon. I'm going to take that off of there. Till next time, it's been the afternoon experiment. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm out, y'all. Peace.